For today's video, I want to really break down what I believe to be the single most powerful organic lead magnet funnel. Not only because it allows you to get, of course, leads organically on demand, but most importantly, because you can put the work today and you can still get leads for years to come, okay? Of course, the more reps you put in, the more leads you're going to get, but it allows for that autopilot effect that lots of people actually like to have. And on top of that, guys, is that this can be adjusted because for a lot of people, the concept of what a lead is in the first place can vary depending on the offer, the client acquisition strategies that you're using. For example, some people can think that a lead can be an Instagram follower. Other people think that a lead is just like an email that they have on their email list. Other people might think that a lead can be a group member. And the beauty of this funnel or the beauty of this strategy is that you can essentially, adjust to whatever your current conversion mechanism looks like, okay? And what's fun is that at the end of the video, you're going to see live on camera how I'm getting leads and how I actually, through this lead magnet funnel, got people to actually opt in and ultimately become leads like the way that you're going to learn in this video. So without further ado, let's hop to the computer. But as always, thank you for watching. As you can see on the screen, we're going to be dissecting the best organic lead magnet funnel that I found to sell coaching and agency offers, okay? Realistically speaking, this can work for any sort of high-ticket service or high-ticket program. Of course, if you're selling something different, this might not be the best type of video, but this works phenomenally well for high-ticket programs or high-ticket offers like coachings and agencies, okay? And the best thing, guys, remember, this is going to be while building your email list, while leveraging the newest trends in the high-ticket space, such as communities, etc., while booking calls on autopilot, and last but not least, stop trading time for money. And the best thing is that this is without you having to constantly create PDFs or cheat sheets, solving different problems for people to opt in and give you their phone numbers or whatever it is, and aka just running a lead magnet, okay? And guys, I know that it sounds too good to be true, but trust me, you're going to be well served on this one, okay? So before we begin, guys, the first thing I want to let you guys know is that you can join my free Facebook group or my free community to get this document, as well as all of the documents that I share absolutely for free in my YouTube videos. And also make sure to watch at 2x speed because I really want you guys to consume the information, learn what you gotta learn, but most importantly, start taking action, okay? So we're going to break down everything in two parts, okay? The first one is what I call the Evergreen Compounding lead generation effect of this organic lead magnet funnel. And then the last part is going to be the actual lead magnet funnel explained, plus a demo on how it's done. The first thing when it comes to this Evergreen and Compounding lead generation part of the video is that if we're going to go the organic route, we are going to need some sort of social media platform, of course, so that we can get traffic to see the lead magnet. Make sense? That's why we need to be able to build something that compounds the more time goes by. That's also why evergreen platforms trump what I call on-demand platforms, where your content gets lost 2 to 3 days after when it comes to business building. Because on these evergreen platforms, you can create one piece of content today, and not only tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, but sometimes years to come, you still get traffic and you still get fresh eyeballs to see that piece of content, okay? Generally speaking, that happens when you have search engines that actually, position your content in some way, shape, or form in the platform, okay? And I get it, guys. You might be like super excited and wanting me to share everything right now, but this is super important so that you understand the rationale on how this process works, okay? And listen, this will be important because if we want to get leads, not only today, but also next week, the week after that one, and even several years in the future, and of course, ideally, in a way that compounds, meaning that the more time goes by, we can exponentially get more and more inbound leads, then we gotta actually figure out the best platform, okay? And by far, let me tell you right off the bat, and if you are not familiar with these platforms or you are in the fence or whatever it might be, listen to what I have to say because I promise you that your mind is going to change after learning what you're about to learn, okay? The 3 best platforms that you can use for evergreen growth, again, remember, evergreen is that you do the work once and you can harvest forever the fruits of your labor, is number 1, YouTube, which has video, audio, and written capabilities, okay? You can have a podcast, which is audio only, or you can write blogs, okay, which is written only. And the reason why these are evergreen, remember, is because these are search engines, meaning that you create a content and people can find it regardless of whether it was posted today or 3 years ago, okay? Now, am I saying that then you should just go and jump into the full-on podcast recording mode, rent a studio, and cross your fingers? Of course not, guys. The goal is to focus on a single platform that not only is evergreen, but is also malleable, okay? And this is a concept that I'm introducing to the marketplace because in the chemical nomenclature, malleable means that you can actually reshape it and it doesn't lose its form, okay? When it comes to malleable content, it means that it can be used in other platforms while still making sense with no extra marginal cost of replication, okay? And the only one that can be distributed in all of the platforms in any way, shape, or form is YouTube, okay? Why? Because if you think about it, guys, here's everything that you can do from one single YouTube video. You can actually, of course, make that YouTube video, but you can remove the audio and you have a podcast without having to do anything else. As a matter of fact, I have a podcast. I don't even promote it. I get on average 500 listeners every single month, literally for free, just because I take out the audio from my YouTube videos and I repost it, okay? Then you can also use the document that you share in your YouTube videos as a blog. You can make like some ChatGPT ninja hacks and make sure that people actually end up reading the blog. You can make some tweets from the document. You can share stories about your video. You can make a post on LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. You can send an email newsletter to all of your contacts every single time that you make one YouTube video. Now imagine that you do two. That's your entire social media content strategy just by focusing on creating YouTube videos, okay? And listen, guys, since YouTube is a search engine, you can literally make sure that only the right people who are qualified and part of your audience find your videos. So it's by far the most powerful platform that you can build as a business owner. And I know so far you might be like, okay, but what does this have to do with lead magnets? Give me 3 minutes and I promise you that everything is going to click, everything is going to make sense, and you're going to be grateful that you actually end up watching this video, okay? Listen, I actually discovered this funnel by accident, okay? And the reason why is because I started this YouTube channel, this one that you're watching videos from, just under 1 year ago. And this is just like a funny story that I've never told here on YouTube. When I started my entrepreneurship career, I actually studied law, okay? When I studied law, I always was that entrepreneurial type of person. So I actually had my own law firm here in my country, in Costa Rica. And because I didn't know anything about marketing at that point, I literally just started to create YouTube videos solving problems that my clients at that time had. And I just posted a YouTube video. And as a matter of fact, I wanted to show you my previous YouTube channel so that you can see that it's actually true. My law firm was called Bufete Alvarado y Asociados. Why? Because by this time, I was not exactly a lawyer yet. I was still just about to graduate. And my father is a lawyer, right? So I actually did everything to get attention, to get clients, and then once I actually got the clients, my father was the one that signed that everything because he was officially the lawyer, right? But look at this, guys. I just started to literally to make a whole bunch of YouTube videos, and you can see me here over here struggling, trying to make sense of everything. As a matter of fact, back when I had an internship on a university in Italy, this was the first video in my channel. This was, funny enough, my first ever YouTube video. And one of the things that I want you guys to notice is that some of these videos, because they were so specific to my target audience, because I was specialized in commercial law, like contracts and all of that good jazz, well, a lot of people decided to find my videos. And you can see this is 3 years ago now. But one of the things that I'm really impressed about is that I have more than 2 years without recording a single YouTube video for this channel, and I still get views on this channel. And not only that, to this date, guys, I promise you, and I kid you not, I still to this date get anywhere between 2 to 3 phone calls from inbound leads calling me for things related to law, even when I have more than 2 years without making a single YouTube video, guys. Do you see how powerful this is? And I mean, this is not a joke. Like, you can go and search for this channel. Funny enough, some of the videos have even more views than my current videos on this channel that I do my best to deliver to you guys. Just 1 year ago, I was already hitting multiple six figures on my company. And I started to think like, wait, if there was a way for me to actually start to get this snowball effect coming along on this business, which is my current business, ROI Land, it would be amazing. It would be phenomenal. And that's why I started on YouTube. But it's because I actually found out the story that I had from this YouTube channel on my law firm here in Costa Rica. Okay? So now that you see how and why YouTube is the best platform to focus on if you're an entrepreneur first type of content creator, let's talk about how to set everything up correctly and get leads on autopilot and promote your stuff 24/7 organically. I want to go now into stage 2 of this video, which is the lead magnet funnel explained, plus a live demo on how it's done. If you're finding any value whatsoever in this video so far, make sure to like the video, leave a comment, tell me what you're thinking so far, and even feel free to share this with a friend, because I am not running any ads on this YouTube channel in order to grow. But if you're finding value on this, I would just really appreciate if you share it with a family member or a friend of yours, whatever it might be. Okay? So let's talk about the lead magnet funnel. Unless you're Charlie from Penguins Zero, Charlie is a super big YouTuber, like more than 10 million subscribers. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. All of his videos is pretty much him in front of the camera talking to the screen, because he comes from Twitch, right? Unless you're Charlie, chances are that every time that you create any piece of content, you have something to share. You either use like a Google Doc, like I'm doing right now. I just put this document like in 30 minutes and now I'm presenting a YouTube video on it. You might use a whiteboard. You can use some sort of drawing on Notability or whatever it might be, right? The reality, guys, is that most people, especially if we are in the B2B space, or we're selling coaching, or we're selling consulting, or we're selling an agency service, our buyers are more sophisticated. So when we explain concept in our content, we actually use something. Okay, that's a core concept. You are going to use something to share visually every time that you make a video. And there are 2 ways in which you can go about it. Like, number 1, if you wanted to, you can just have an evergreen lead magnet. This is what most people do. For example, you're selling a fitness coaching offer. You can have a lead magnet that is literally just called 5 exercise to double your muscle mass. I don't know, something like that, for example. Which, of course, in every single video, on every single piece of content, you can just say, hey, by the way, I just have this lead magnet in here called 5 exercise to double your muscle mass. If you want it, just go to a link in the description. That's what most people do, which works really, really well. But I honestly prefer a different method. And it is that you use every single video in itself as a lead magnet. And I prefer this 100 times more, because if you do that on every video, then you're going to tackle different angles, and the people who are watching and solving a problem, you can always squeeze them on whatever it is that you need them to do in order to convert them later on, if that makes sense, okay? So let me explain the rationale behind this, because this is how this actually starts to click and is going to really change everything for you. If you made the effort to create said resource, whatever it might be, on the YouTube video or in the content that you create, remember the asset that I discussed previously, to explain and solve a problem for your audience, and people come to the video expecting to solve a problem, then naturally, people associate the resource as the solution to the problem. Do you see where I'm going with this? Because if you think about it, your niche, your group of people that you want to sell something to someday in the future or now or wherever it might be, have a problem. Then, if you use a search engine type of tool like YouTube, and every time you make a new YouTube video, you're going to solve that problem on video. Of course, this requires that you're actually doing some organic SEO so that people actually find the video. But let's say that your niche is strongly with something super specific, like how to get leads for my cold email lead generation agency using Instantly, for example, and you make a video titled how to get leads for cold email lead generation agencies that use Instantly, chances are that your video is going to appear and that your group of people are actually going to find you, okay? So you want to solve the problem on video by optimizing through SEO, then your audience is going to find you, aka the solution, and then they act on your call to action that you share on that video, which is naturally going to be, hey, if you want to get access to this document that I share into this video, do X, Y, and Z. That X, Y, and Z is going to depend on what your conversion mechanism is all about. And then you get an email from your lead, the phone number, both, or you can ask them to follow you on Instagram, or you can ask them to join your group, or whatever it might be. And then they still have problems, you create more videos, and then it's just like a flywheel effect in how you get leads. And because this is a search engine, you can make that video once, and 3 years from now, you still get leads. So every single YouTube video plus the resources that you use in the video, you can create as a lead magnet asset that you can offer. And why can I talk about this so confidently? Well, guys, super simple, because this is what I do. You go back and watch any of my YouTube videos in this channel, I offer the resources that I create to you guys for free as lead magnets, which ultimately results in the following. I have a community of 2,200 Facebook group members, which is better than an email list, 1,600 people in my email list, 978 phone numbers of people who know, like, and trust me. And keep in mind, this is with a YouTube channel of, again, just 1,000 subscribers, okay? And you might be asking, like, okay, but how is this done? Like, okay, I am now convinced that this is the best way to do it, but what should I do now? Okay, should you just add the link in the description and cross your fingers for people to opt in, take action, and get your lead magnet? Of course not. What you gotta do is you gotta tell them what to do. So go back to the beginning of this video and see how I did it. Did you notice how at the beginning when I started presenting this, I simply said, by the way, guys, if you want to get access to this document, go ahead and join my free Facebook group with the link in the description. That's literally all you gotta do, guys. To squeeze as much possible from your traffic, you want to send people directly to a conversion mechanism where you know that you can convert them from leads to clients now or later, okay? So most people think the leads are only those people who you have in your email list. But again, this depends on your conversion mechanism, guys. For example, do you convert people via newsletters? Of course, collect the emails of these people so that you can run your newsletters to these guys. If you convert through warm calls, then collect your phone numbers. Do you convert people on Instagram? Well, just ask them, hey, if you want to get access to this document, go ahead and DM me the word access or DM me the word lead magnet on my Instagram and I will send it your way. Period. That's super simple, right? Do you convert people on your Facebook group? Then ask them to join your group. Do you convert people on LinkedIn? Ask them to connect on LinkedIn. Did you see? Like, it's super simple, but you gotta just make it clear so that people have a clear call to action, a clear direction, and a clear instruction on what they should do next, okay? Again, just change the call to action accordingly. As bonus number 1 for sticking till the end, why I like Facebook groups. The reason why I like Facebook groups is, well, we already discussed how YouTube is the best platform for this. But if my call to action is joining my group, we actually have an entire playlist on how to set up Facebook groups correctly in case that you're interested. But now we have the outbound conversions because I asked for their email, their phone number, and their preferred social media platform so that we can do outreach on the platform of choice, which converts phenomenally well. Like out of 10 people, 2-3 people book calls. Of course, it depends, but between 1 to 3. And now we are getting to a point where from the YouTube organic traffic, we are growing the group approximately by 50 people minimum every single week. So it's phenomenal, okay? So outbound conversions is option number 1. And number 2, because of the content conversions. Because what we do with our Facebook group is that our YouTube fills our group, but our group, all of our content inside of the group is the Facebook YouTube video the YouTube videos that I make anyways. So now I am having like a flywheel effect of sending traffic to the group, but at the same time reminding people that I exist and nurturing even more with the content of the YouTube channel that I create, but posting it inside of the group, okay? And because YouTube grows all of the other social media platforms, I don't focus on the other ones, okay? Super, super simple. This was bonus 1. I want to now talk about bonus 2. Do you really want to only get leads? Because of course, the whole premise of this video is here's how you get leads, here's how you run the organic lead magnet funnel. But the beauty of this model is that if you use it correctly, not only will you get leads, but you will also get book calls with educated buyers in your calendar and the easiest sales calls of your life. And I think that that's better than having leads. So what I would recommend you guys doing is go ahead and watch this other YouTube video that I created 6 months ago that is called like how we use YouTube micro VSLs to get clients 24/7, where I talk about literally how to set up micro VSL infrastructure to pre-sell leads and most importantly, book us anywhere from 2 to 5 calls per week without moving a finger with our hottest leads. And again, remember, this is 2 to 5 calls per week, which is honestly not that much, but for a YouTube channel that only has 1,000 subscribers, it's phenomenally well. And every single month, we're exponentially starting to grow. And I mean, like we're starting to see the flywheel effect coming along. So guys, hope that this video was helpful. Again, if it was, leave a like. It just shows the algo that this is actually being helpful. And feel free to share it with somebody else, okay? Call to action time. If you are running a marketing agency or some sort of high-ticket coaching or consulting company, go ahead and check the description of this video so that you can see like what working together would look like. Based on that, you can decide whether you want to book a call or not. And in case that you're not, but you're still like, wanting more info, you're on the fence, you can go ahead and watch the 40 plus pages of client results that we have going on. And based on that, if you still don't want to hop on a call, just shoot me a DM on Instagram or Twitter. And based on that, I can send you some more info and we can get started rock and rolling. Okay, guys? So thank you for your time watching. Go ahead and listen to this song, Privilegios by Faith and Cupido, one of my favorite bands. And see you guys in the next one. Bye.